we interrupt your regularly scheduled programming to bring you a special presentation of
Two Nerds, a podcast. Your home for everything movies, music, video games, and everything in between. With your hosts, Buddy the Bruiser, and Dynamite Jarrod Latching.
How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of Two Nerds, a podcast. We are two nerds. This is a podcast. I am Buddy the Bruiser.
And you're a disease. I'm the cure.
Yeah. Did I do my best Hetfield? Is that what that was?
No, that's a line from Cobra.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the Cure, the hit Metallica song off their critically acclaimed album Load. I'm pretty sure there's a lyric.
I don't listen to that trash.
What's going on, my man?
Nothing much. There's a commotion going on over here, I guess.
Yeah. What's
up, Austin? In the Dynamite Studios here, it's very
chaotic as always.
Very chaotic. We're en route to another all-time classic episode.
One of the all-time greats.
Yep.
Yeah. So, I suppose we should address we're coming at you a little late this week. It's actually a new week. We took Valentine's weekend off, spent some time with our loved ones and all that good stuff. How was your Valentine's? I know the smell of romance was in the air.
Was it?
I don't know, was it?
You could smell that all the way?
Yeah, all the way up here in Cleveland, I could smell it.
It was alright. We went to round one, and it was, stressful. We bickered, and because I was irritated because we weren't winning any prizes, and she was irritated because there was a lot of people there. But in the end, we won. She got two things out of the exchange shop, and then at the very final clutch moment, we won a Hello Kitty thing out of one of the crane games.
That's always good.
Yeah. $110 later,
yeah,
we have a shirt, a tiny figure, and a Hello Kitty doll.
And memories that'll last a lifetime.
That's right.
We
were there, and Mazer Laser wanted to play DDR, right? And so we go over to the DDR machines.
Does she know that you're the samurai?
She knows I'm the DDR samurai, yeah.
We did good that one time we did it together.
I don't know if good playing on easy can ever be considered good.
I was on medium, but anyway.
But anyways, so we go, all the machines are taken up except for the one. And the one is right next to the world champion DDR master. He's like insane. He's dripping sweat. You know the guy.
Oh yeah, you know the guy.
And so we're sitting there, okay, and I said, and the machine right next to him isn't taken. But, thinking that maybe being next to this guy would cause some sort of anxiety to Mazer Laser, I ask her, "Are you sure you want to play right next to the fucking dance freak here?" And she thinks that I'm just trying to get out of it, which was not the case. But so we start arguing, and then but then the damn guy just stops playing, right? And his arrows are still flying up at 1,000,000 miles an hour. And I was like, what the fuck? He just gave up? Is he going for a perfect run? Did he miss one arrow? And he's like, fuck,
that's it. I lost my whole thing, yeah.
Right? And then Maisie notices it before me and points behind us. There's a phone set up, on a fucking, tripod kind of deal set up. And I still didn't get it. I'm looking at this phone, and I'm like, man, this is a weird arcade machine that they have here.
But this dude was Twitch streaming it, and you fucking interrupted his thing.
I thought that there was some sort of weird Japanese phone game behind us, but instead, no, this guy was streaming or recording himself playing DDR, and instead, I hope it was a live stream, because instead, they got me and my lovely fiance bickering about which DDR machine.
About who was going to step up to the fucking god.
Yeah. So yeah, that was our Valentine's Day. We made a chicken and shrimp Cajun Alfredo, and it was pretty good.
Yeah. I had an interesting day. I spent the majority of the day at work, but then I came home. My wife had Indian food waiting for us from a local place.
Whoa, was it good?
But it was exquisite.
Your curry was hot enough?
Yes, apparently when she ordered it through DoorDash, she said extra, extra, extra spicy. And on the receipt, it said 8, which leads me to believe it goes up to 10. So it still wasn't what it could have been. But
They
yes,
put on the menu 1 to 5, but they gave you an 8, so it's possible that they do actually on a 10 scale. I'm going to need, next time I go to an Indian restaurant, even though sometimes the 5 is good enough for me. Sometimes, when they have enough respect for me, when I tell them Indian hot, and then they bring it out, and I'm like, all right, this is perfect.
Right.
But sometimes I'm like, what is this, fucking mild? Like,
Yeah.
but, yeah. Next time I'm going to be like, you'd be like, oh, 1 to 5 spicy, I'm at 10.
Yeah.
Give me
Yeah.
the 10.
The Indian food was waiting for me when I got home. She had like a little indoor picnic scenario set up, and she made a cake and all that. And then we went over and saw Steve and Adrian and Lance and all them, and that was,
Well, whose house were you
was
at?
quite the experience. We were over at Lance's house.
Okay.
And yeah, it was quite the night. So your boy was in rare form. I shouldn't say rare form. It was typical Steve.
I saw the little story there, or the little video clip they sent our illustrious Taco Town group chat.
Yeah.
You looked a little uncomfortable.
I wasn't here's the thing.
Sitting next to an overjoyed Steve.
I was just trying to vibe, and you know how Steve is, and he's, every 5 seconds, he's pausing the song to be like, oh no, hold up, wait, like saying all this stuff, and I'm like, Cat, just let it fucking play, bro. Trying to vibe.
I should message him tonight and see if he wants to come over.
Yeah. But yeah, it was a good time. A plus cats, there's a good cat situation going on over there, so that's always nice, and...
Eight cats? 8 plus?
I said A plus.
Oh, okay.
No, not 8 plus cats. No, they're only 2. But yeah.
All right. Well then, yeah. Happy Valentine's Day to you. I didn't get any card from you.
I didn't get any card from you.
Well, I was waiting on yours to come to me first.
Oh yeah, I know. We'll see. We'll see if you get a card. I mean, you got your Christmas gifts last time I saw you. So
I guess Miles has a birthday gift for me already. Oh, Miles.
What a guy.
I can't believe we didn't talk about this before we even went on the air.
I know. Well, that'll be a discussion for after we get off the show.
I guess. I don't want to call him out on the show in the off chance that he's actually going to listen to it.
Yeah. But Jarrod,
we'll get like a random message in Taco Town like,
hey, what's that all about?
Hey, what are you gonna say about me on the podcast?
Yeah. Jarrod, I'm hurting. I'm hurting bad.
The Indian food's getting to your stomach?
No. Emotionally. We, at my work, have many PS5s.
It's horrible. What's that?
We have many PS5s at my work, but we are not allowed to sell them until Sony lets us.
Wait, what?
Yes.
Why wouldn't Sony let you?
Until Sony schedules the next drop, which is expected to be sometime next week, they're just sitting at our store.
How many do you have?
Upwards of 10.
Well, that's not too many. So, but is it online only still?
It's online only. We do not get any priority. We find out when everyone else does. So, it's just another situation like you were in, just fucking spamming the website all night until you get lucky.
I would message my plug, my PS5 plug, and just ask him, because he said he's been buying like as many as he could get so that he could sell them to his friends at retail to, help his friends get them through this scalper situation.
Right.
So if he can get a hang of one, and you tell him, hey, if you get one, I'm interested, bump you up on his priority list in the off chance that he gets another one.
Right. Yeah, I'll have to message him and see what's going on. The only problem with that is I wouldn't be getting my discount, but I mean, I guess I'm willing.
Oh,
To, I'm,
God,
I'm,
yeah,
will,
you gotta-
I'm willing to sacrifice the.
You gotta hold out for the discount, I guess.
Yeah.
Tell them. Just be like, listen, buddy, retail for me is like a 10% discount.
Yeah.
Because I work at Target.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I'll see what's up. He was liking some photos of mine yesterday, so I'm on his mind. So I'll shoot him a message tonight and see what's going on. But yeah, so that's where my mind is at. Getting one of these PS5s. You, of course, already have yours. We haven't talked about that on the show yet. So how's
Have
it?
I not?
No, we didn't talk about it last week because last week was the greatest episode of all time, so we didn't have time to talk about the PS5. But you have your PS5. You've been playing some demos and stuff, I'm sure. So what's sort of the...
I only played Resident Evil 8 demo.
Well, how was it, man? What's the update?
The Resident Evil 8 demo is very spooky, as you'd expect, but like you like really don't do anything in the whole demo except be spooked out like the entire time. Like I'm just kind of like looking around corners and stuff, and like, oh my god, something's gonna happen. And then you find out, spoilers, if you guys haven't played the demo yet and you want the full experience, then skip ahead about 3 minutes. But, like, nothing actually happens until the very end. And you don't do anything, just like the sexy witch girl fucking appears, and you're like, oh god, and you run from her, and it's like, I have a hard time being scared of her. She's fucking hot.
Of course, yeah. That's the biggest problem with this game. You should be running towards her instead of away.
And then you run up to the door, you open the door, and then the fucking 80-foot tall fucking vampire lady comes through, and she fucking makes long claws and stabs you, and the demo ends. But up until that, it's basically just exploring creepy environments with nothing happening. Just you thinking it's going to happen. So no gunplay in the demo. They're calling it a... What'd they say? It was like an visual interactive experience or something like that.
Okay.
So they weren't actually calling it a demo.
I see. And this takes place right after the events of 7, or is there like a time skip?
I think there's a time skip because it's implied in the trailer that, oh Jesus, what's the guy's name in 7?
Ethan. That
Ethan and his disgusting female acquaintance are trying to have a baby, and I think it's even implied that they do have a baby because in the trailer, Chris Redfield like takes a baby from them.
So you're trying to get the baby back?
Presumably. Yeah, for some reason, Chris Redfield is evil in Resident Evil 8. Or maybe it's for a reason, as Mazer Laser has poignantly said.
Could be for a reason, yeah. But yeah, excited to play the game when it comes
It's probably for a reason, to be fair.
Yeah. And this comes out in what, like April?
Oh, Jesus. No, I think it got pushed back even further.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we can look it up here. I'm just on the Nintendo website looking at the Super Mario 3D World. Has like a new expansion for the Bowser's Fury.
Bowser's Fury, yes, it's a new... I don't know if it's like a mini game or what it is, but I was like looking it up because here's the thing: I've already played Mario 3D World on Wii U, so I'm not trying to buy it again.
Right.
So I was like researching to see if you could just download like this Bowser's Fury thing like separate or whatever on the eShop, and you can't, of course. So and I was looking up like the run-throughs on YouTube or whatever, and people are doing it in like 2 hours. So it's not like a full game or anything. It's just like a little fucking mini thing. So I don't know if I'll ever play.
Just an additional level. It's Resident Evil Village, Resident Evil 8 Village, whatever. And it's scheduled to come out on May 7th.
Okay, yeah, so a couple months away. So if I miss the PS5 on this time, at least I have a few more months to get it. Because really the launch titles, I mean, there's nothing really I was that excited about.
Yeah, Resident Evil is going to be the first game that I'm going to really play on this damn thing, probably. Well, I've been doing my Gundam daily missions every day on the PS5, and I just got done like a 2-hour long Rocket League session.
Yeah.
with George on there, and then I have Resident Evil 3 remake installed and ready to go. Like basically, like I'm going to be playing like all my fucking games, like all my PS4 games on my PS5 until further notice.
Right. See, the reason I'm just trying to get it before it drops, I guess, is because I got a lot of catching up to do, as you know. Like, I'm still trying to do, like, Ghost of Tsushima, Final Fantasy VII, all that
And
kind
if
of
you
stuff.
if you get your damn PlayStation Plus subscription, which I recommend you do,
Of course, yeah, I mean, why else would you?
on the PS5, this is the best thing about my PS5 so far, even though I haven't played any of the games. The PS Plus subscribers get 20 free games called the PS Plus Collection, and there's just like all the games are like insane, awesome games. Like Persona 5 is on there, God of War, like just like Call of Duty, like all like the fucking big title games from the last gen are like on there.
Included. Oh, cool.
Yeah, and Final Fantasy 15 like Ultimate Edition free on there. Last of Us Remastered is on there. Just yeah, it's really cool. All free.
Yeah, I'm excited.
So I
to get it.
downloaded. Sorry,
No, go ahead.
I downloaded Persona 5 and something else, but I'm looking forward to playing Persona 5.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be very good.
Is it the Royale edition or is it just the regular?
I'm pretty sure it's like the fucking. I can go take a look real quick if you can actually carry the podcast for about.
I'll put
30
it on
seconds.
my back for a couple seconds. Yeah.
Give me a second.
So while Jarrod is going ahead and looking up that, make sure if you guys haven't already subscribed to the show on whatever podcast streaming site you're listening to it on, make sure you go ahead and subscribe. If you're on Apple Podcasts, leave us a rating and a review. Of course, subscribe to us over on the YouTube channel, where we try to have new videos coming out every single week. Usually just this podcast, but I try to sneak things in every now and then. And yeah, so Two Nerds is on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, wherever you get your podcasts. Buddy's House of Horror podcast is also on all of those streaming sites. So make sure you subscribe to the shows wherever you listen. And our illustrious co-host is back. So what is the update?
Yeah, it's not the Royale edition. It's just the normal one. But I don't give a shit. What do I need the Royale edition for? But I also looked at the other game I downloaded is The Last Guardian.
Okay, yeah, I'm
like
familiar
that
with-
spiritual sequel to Shadow of the Colossus and Eco.
Yeah,
or
the
whatever.
one with like the giant fucking dog thing.
Yeah, I can't remember if I ever beat Eco, but I definitely beat Shadow of the Colossus at some point, and that game was great. So
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I did beat Eco though. Like I'm pretty sure I downloaded them both on my PS3 or PS4 like 4 or 5 years ago, and I beat Eco and then played Shadow of the Colossus again because I originally played it on PS2
Yeah.
way back in the day. But Last Guardian, that's free on the PlayStation Plus collection as well.
Yeah. And I fucked up because I was like, because I'm starting to think, I was like, alright, I know I'm going to get the PS5 eventually, so I'm like starting to think, I was like, alright, do I just need to start getting games when they go on sale and just have them? Because fucking Ghost of Tsushima was on sale for like $25 in January.
It's not gonna get much cheaper than that, man.
And I fucked up and I didn't get it, and I was like, shit. So I was like, next time I'm just going to have to jump on it with the anticipation I'm going to have a PS5 in the near future. Your audio completely cut out. I don't know if you can still hear me.
I can hear you.
Okay, I can hear you now.
Okay.
So what were you saying?
I was gonna say that one, Ghost of Tsushima, that's definitely getting played on the PS5. I've actually had it for a while. I think I got it for Christmas, but or my birthday, one of the two, I can't remember. But I've been waiting till I get my PS5 to play it because it's 4K compatible. My PS4 is just the normal original PS4.
Right, it's not the Pro.
So I've been like, okay, when I get my PS5, I can play this on here and it'll be in 4K and it'll look fucking awesome.
Yeah.
I can't wait. I've like, really, I'll probably start playing it heavy in the summer because I'm hesitant to really get into like a long-term game like that while I'm in college.
Right.
Even though the past like 3 days I've fucking barely done anything for college. I feel very unproductive.
Yeah. Do you have an update on the schooling? Because we didn't do the college is bullshit segment last week.
College is bullshit. What did I complain about off the air last week after you brought it up?
I don't recall. I think you
Why
were
don't
just...
you pay attention to me?
I mean, we just talk about so much, man. I mean, I don't remember what you were saying after the show. I just remember you were doing some work.
I was talking about the...
you were talking about the, like, trick question. It was, like, with your test.
Yeah, the trick questions on my test. But I was concerned because I was like, well, I'm definitely going to ask about these during class. But I was pissed because I was like, I was hoping to get through the whole semester without speaking in class. Well, it turns out that these trick questions fucked everybody in the class because everybody did terrible. And
so you didn't have to speak up.
The highest grade in the class was a B. I got a B. And I'm not sure if I was the highest grade. I'm sure someone got like a higher B, like an 88. I had like an 82 or an 84. But he said the highest grade in the class was a B. And then not many people got even close to that. So yeah, he went through the entire test, fucking question for question. Nobody had to say anything. Oh, it was glorious.
Yeah.
More of that, please.
Yeah.
Except with me getting like an A.
Yeah. So that's good. So college isn't bullshit in that respect, and you got it explained to you. Yeah, I don't know. How's the Zoom been working out? Because I remember
we use Collaborate Ultra.
Okay, so you haven't been using Zoom. Okay.
No. Collaborate Ultra. It's been working out all right. My logic professor doesn't seem to know the the frame of his camera shot because he constantly busts out like a little whiteboard. And the bottom of it is just always totally fucking cut out. Yeah. And so he's like writing on it and like he's like, all right, yep. And shows it on the thing and it's just like totally cut off. You only get like the top half of what he put on the whiteboard. And
of course like, no one speaks up to tell him.
Nobody's going to say anything about it. And I'm sure as fuck not going to say anything about it. So usually I get the gist of what is below it because I'm listening to him talk. But it's still funny because I do like to try and copy down what he's wrote on the whiteboard, and I can't because...
Yeah. When you said he wasn't familiar with, like, his framing, I thought you were going to say that, like, he thinks he's in tighter than he actually is, and you're seeing some stuff you weren't meant to see. I thought that's where you were going with this. No, that'd be hilarious
if he was... Nobody can see this right now, but he just starts it, and he's just like...
He's just right up on the screen.
All right, class, let's move on to chapter 5.
Yeah.
That would be good. Or if it was like I don't know what to say. College is bullshit because my introduction to web technologies class is not even really a class. It's because it's 100% online, work at your own pace or whatever. But apparently that means that my professor doesn't have to upload like anything other than slides.
Right.
Like 60 fucking slides that I'm never going to fucking go through. You know what I mean? Like,
right. Yeah.
So basically it's like read the book, do the assignment. I'm the professor. I do nothing.
Yeah.
Like all my other classes are like, at least my theater professor, she uploads like 3 to 4 videos every week, kind of outlining everything in the chapter.
Is it taught by an actual professor, or is it like a grad student?
They're all, like, there's a professor in charge of all of them. Like, my survey of information technology class is, like, the same way. Read the book, and then, go through the thing. But the thing about that class that's good is that a lot of it is, like, kind of common knowledge. At least for the first few chapters, it's, like, what is a cell phone or something, you know what I mean? Like, and then with that, your tests, you can't get anything but 100% because it's all multiple choice and you keep answering it till you get the question right.
Right.
So I can't really complain about not having a teacher for that class. But even that teacher, that's the one that puts up like the series of YouTube videos. So you can watch the YouTube videos, but then it's like, wow, my college class is being taught by somebody that's plugging their fucking sponsors in their channel.
Yeah.
Hit that like button, guys. Like, I'm like, oh, good.
Enter the code for 3 HelloFresh meals or whatever the fuck. And you're like, goddamn.
We talked about it 2 weeks ago, but yeah, it was straight up like, yeah, this video is brought to you by Omaha Steaks.
Yeah.
And if you enter the promo code fucking Survey of Information Technology, you'll get 3 free Omaha Steaks sent to your house. All you have to do is pay the $5 shipping, and it's, just god damn it. That's my college.
You're like, damn, I'm paying college to watch ass.
Right, yeah, it's stupid. But I'm more pissed about my intro to web tech because right now it's good because before I started college, I, went through some kind of like online courses where you kind of go through and do the exercise. Like I was like self-teaching myself how to do HTML and CSS, and that's what we're covering so far. But near the end of the semester, we're going to be doing JavaScript, and I haven't taught myself JavaScript. And so I'm going to be like, fucked. I'm going to have to read the book or read the 65 slides per week to even know what the fuck's going on. Instead of just the teacher, I don't know, just do a lecture once a week, dude. I don't fucking care. Just like, it's easier for me to like listen to you tell me how to do it. And then go into the book later when I'm confused and then kind of just cherry pick what I need. As opposed to like, I have no knowledge of this whatsoever, so I have no choice but to read like the entire fucking book now.
Yeah. Well, see, when I was in school, I had this professor that literally taught the same class online every semester. So he literally just had videos made of him giving the fucking lectures that he would upload onto the fucking thing. And he would just keep it there for, like, years, I guess, because he always did the same class. So, just put in a little effort, it'll go a long way, because you can assume that the guy teaching your class did the same class last semester, I would imagine.
I would assume so.
Yeah, so, I don't know. Laziness, my man. That's what it is.
I'm paying thousands of dollars. Lazy professors.
Yeah.
Let's talk about Cobra.
Yeah, let's talk about Cobra, man. The piece de resistance, the reason why we're all here. Sylvester Stallone, in the illustrious film that would have been Beverly Hills Cop, until he was like, nah, this shit's gotta be more serious. More guns, more action. I'm curious, did you watch... I don't know what my version mine was. I'm thinking it's just the standard theatricals, because I don't know if they ever did a director's cut of this or anything. But from what I've heard, they took the fucking chops to it in the editing room. Because it was supposed to get like an X rating due to the violence. And
I'd imagine that they probably did because I was watching it and I was like, this does seem like it was, like it should be ridiculously like gory and violent, but then like it doesn't really come. I think you see a little bit of blood here and there, but like for the most part people are getting shot and they're just like and falling and literally flying out of their automobiles or off their motorcycles. Sorry, I ended that like Candy Crush ad style.
Yeah, I thought you were in the middle of a sentence. I'm looking on the fucking IMDb trying to get a thought for the next thing I'm gonna say, and then you just stop talking. I'm just like, alright.
Uh-oh. My router's about to collapse. Hold on.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Hold on. Say the next thing you're gonna say. I'm going underneath.
I was gonna say that apparently... Yeah, it was cut down. I guess there's like 30 minutes or 40 minutes of like unedited footage that should have been in the film. I guess there's like a bootleg version of it. but it would have made the film X-rated, allegedly, so they couldn't do that for the final release. So they had to cut it down. There were also budget cuts because it was supposed to be even more insane than it actually was. And from what I heard, because I actually did a little bit of research on this, just because last week's episode was horrible, I was like, I need to have like something prepared to talk about. I guess Stallone was sort of like ghost.
And we're killing it this week, by the way.
Yeah.
This episode is just on another level.
On another level, yeah. So I guess Stallone was like ghost directing this. Like, there was an official director, but I guess he was garbage. It was really Stallone behind the scenes doing everything from a directorial sense, allegedly.
And this is, he used a lot of ideas that he had for Commando or for Beverly Hills Cop.
For Beverly Hills Cop, he wasn't in Commando, bro. It was Arnold.
Yeah, but for some reason I was thinking that maybe he was supposed to be in Commando, but then he was probably like, this is a Rambo ripoff, like I'm not doing this.
Yeah. Yeah.
This should have been like Rambo 3. If this was Rambo 3 instead of Rambo 3, I'd be happy with that.
See, I haven't seen Rambo 3, but I know you've said it's not very good.
It's terrible. Like, just take out the weird edgelord. He's like such a fucking edgelord in this movie.
In this one?
Yeah, he's like, God, I'm so edgy.
Oh, yeah.
With my really bad one-liners, and like, if anybody, like, and like my bad jokes, and just like my fucking no emotions, and I just talk shit to criminals, and like basically just killing people. And then when my coworkers, like the other cops, are like, you can't just go around killing people and they're scum, or you know.
Right. It's like, leave this to the real detectives or whatever. You're just all action, whatever. Like, blah blah blah. We're all business, and he's just like, and he's chewing on his fucking match. And the whole movie, I'm like, when are you gonna use this fucking match you've been chewing on the whole time? He finally does, but
I never thought about it, and honestly, until you just said it right now, I didn't even realize that he did, in fact, use the match that he's been chewing on the whole movie.
Yeah.
Later on, when he set that guy on fire.
Yeah. But what'd you think of the film, man? In general, like, how did you?
I still haven't rated it. I'm thinking 3 stars. I was tempted to give it 3.5 near the end, because the ending is fucking insane.
Yeah.
But like the first half of it's kind of boring. I don't know. I like the movie. It's fun.
I thought it was good. I think out of the films that we watched this month and during Arnold month, with the exception of Hercules in New York, this was probably the favorite thing that I've watched for what we've done on the show.
I don't know if I like this better than End of Days. Dude, I really liked End of Days for some reason.
Yeah.
I don't know. It is up there. It's really fun. I just think that it's still, like, I think with Sylvester Stallone, you kind of know what you're getting. Like, if it's not Rocky or Rambo, chances are you're not in for anything fucking amazing. And this was, like, pretty good, but not amazing.
Yeah, I mean, I thought it was pretty good. Yeah. I guess I took a few notes. The first thing I noticed, like, right off the bat was I really liked the color palette and, like, the cinematography, like, right from the beginning. Because, like, for some reason it looked like vintage.
Oh, God, I never even noticed.
It looked like vintage to me, because obviously this was made in the 80s. But it looked like it could have been something that was, like, in the 60s or, like, early 70s. Just, like, the kind of, like, vibe it was giving off. So I dug that. And yeah, as I said, it was written by Stallone, sort of directed by Stallone. So he had his hands all over this whole fucking thing. Did you notice the comical amount of product placement in this film?
Yeah, it's in my notes that this film's been brought to you by Pepsi and Coors.
Literally, he shows up in the fucking store and he cracks open a Coors Light to get the guy's attention.
Right, with a gigantic Pepsi, like, sign behind him. And then later on in the movie, there's, like, a neon, like, Pepsi sign, like, in the city, like, as they're walking around or whatever.
And I think there's a Pepsi sign, like, on, like, a roof when they're fighting at some point. Towards
and then there's, like, a Budweiser sign at some point, too. So
I don't remember what it was. off the top of my head, but I remember, like, literally right at the beginning, Stallone's, like, in his office or whatever, or, like, at his house. He's, like, sitting at his desk, like, eating food or whatever, and he's watching, like, some ridiculous commercial on the TV, which was also product placement for, like, an actual, like, show that was about to come out, but I can't remember what it was.
Yeah, I don't remember either. Because I was just too busy being baffled as to why he cut a pizza in half with scissors.
With a pair of scissors. I was stunned. I was like, alright, man. I was like, you do you.
Yeah, I like the movie, but I mostly like the action scenes. I don't know. I can't really hate on this movie because I love this for all the same reasons that I love Deadly Prey. This is pretty much like Deadly Prey, except with like an A-list actor. Is Stallone considered A-list?
At the time, he was.
Yeah, now he's like straight to video god, but like at the time he was an A-lister. So, yeah, just I don't know. Like I really like the over-the-top action scenes, a lot of explosions, and a lot of guns having a lot more firepower than they probably should.
Yeah, I mean, had some good action scenes, especially the climax, like you said. The climax, I mean, not to go out of order, even though we're already going out of order. The climax reminded me, just like the setting, reminded me of Terminator 2, because it was like this underground.
But this was before Terminator 2. I thought the same exact thing as they were in there, and you saw like the fucking lava spraying up and the fire everywhere. Yeah, and Maisie said it too. Everybody notices, buddy. You're not special.
I never said I was special. I just said I noticed it, man.
But goddamn, yeah. I was like, did James Cameron get inspired
by Cobra?
By the 1986 action epic Cobra?
I guess so.
The answer is yes.
It would have to be. I mean, the setting bears way too uncanny of a resemblance.
I really just like the impact of all the guns. I know I brought that up already, but there's a scene at the beginning where the one guy is the first guy that Stallone takes out. He's shooting up the grocery store or whatever.
Right.
He shoots a grocery cart, and the grocery cart literally jumps off the ground and just all the groceries just explode out of it.
First off, this guy is the worst. Fucking rob whatever the fuck he's trying to do, extort this store for money or whatever. He's holding everyone hostage.
He's a member of like the main cult.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, he's the worst at his job. Basically, is what I'm trying to say. He's literally just running through this store with reckless abandon, shooting a fucking shotgun at eggs on a shelf and shit. Just like shooting whatever he can, and then he fucking tells the one hostage to leave.
He only shoots like one person, right?
Well, he tells one guy
mostly groceries.
Yeah, he's shooting all the groceries. He has one hostage. He's like, "All right, you're free to go." And the guy starts running, and then he just shoots him. Yeah,
that was I don't know. And then Stallone came in. And that's when I think he said the thing about you're a disease and I'm the cure or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever. That's the tagline for the movie. Crime is a disease. Meet the cure. Cobra.
Yeah. Should be like crime is... If they should have done something with the Cobra thing. Like, they should have made it like Venom or something like the tagline. They could have been a little more creative with that if you're going to call your movie Cobra.
There's another tagline called The Strong Arm of the Law. So, What about the venomous bite of the law?
Exactly. I mean, that's what... You should have gone into advertising.
Yeah, you're right. Like, crime is a poison. Meet the fucking anti-venom or something.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Meet the Antifa. Stallone is the enemy of all Antifa in this movie.
Yeah.
Like, because if there were Black Lives Matter protests around Cobra, he would just show up and shoot everybody and kill them all.
Yeah, pretty much.
He's the kind of cop that people protest against.
Yeah. He described... I'm on the IMDb facts right now. He described his role in Cobra as Bruce Springsteen with a badge. Whatever that's supposed to mean.
Bruce Springsteen with a badge? I did notice that the end credits, they got like the most Bruce Springsteen band that is not freaking John Cougar Mellencamp or Bruce Springsteen to play the ending music. And
Right.
It's like, God, I wish this had.
I actually
an
think I
instant
wrote
link.
that. I actually think I wrote down the fucking song. They had a song called "Angel of the City." And
Yeah, that's not the song that I'm thinking
it was
of,
during the
though.
montage, and then they had another song for the credits.
Yeah.
Apparently, the song "The Touch" from the Transformers movie was written for Cobra, and then they didn't use it, and it went to Transformers.
John Cafferty and the Beaver Brown Band.
My dad listens to them. They fucking wrote the soundtrack for Eddie and the Cruisers. It's one of my dad's bangers.
Voice of America's Sons for the end credits of this. And if that song title sounds like a Bruce Springsteen song, you're damn right. I wouldn't be surprised if Bruce Springsteen wrote this song and was like, you know what, John Cafferty,
Go ahead.
you can have this one.
Yeah.
It was so fucking Born in the USA. It was ridiculous.
Yeah.
Your dad loves stuff like that.
Oh yeah, Bruce Springsteen, Bob Seger,
John Mellencamp.
all that shit, man. Those were all the first concerts I ever went to with my
Your
my
dad
pops.
loves fucking red-blooded American arena rock.
He does, yes.
The kind of music that you just fucking at the tailgate party outside. They all just flipping fucking burgers
Flipping
on
the burgers,
the grill.
yeah. Yep. That and the fucking Eagles, man. That's his jam.
So the villain in this movie, or rather villains, is like some type of cult with no explanation. They're just the New World Order or whatever before the fucking NWO actually existed.
They did say the New World something. They didn't say New World Order, but they said something like that. But yeah, it's led by the Night Slasher. Was the name of the guy, right?
Well, no, that's just what they were. It's an
cops are
unknown
calling it.
organization known as the New World, and the police were under the impression that all these murders were from one person called the Night Slasher. But Stallone figured it out like in the first 10 minutes of the fucking movie that it was more than one person. Because, you know, the one idiot cop that gets punched in the face at the end of the movie, he's like in there freaking like, oh my God, why are they all freaking, why isn't there any consistency in the killings? There's no sort of pattern or anything. And Stallone just said, maybe we're dealing with more than one killer.
Yeah.
And then they're like, oh, you're an idiot. And I know he's literally giving away the entire plot 10 minutes into the movie.
Yeah.
He's a detective genius.
He's quite the smart guy.
And the second that something happens with that that one cop that's, you know, she's one of the, you know, the New World or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
She like as soon as she like tips somebody off about anything, Stallone's like, there's someone on the inside. And they're like, you're a fucking idiot. Like, no, everything he says is right, except for the stuff about shooting first and asking questions later.
Yes.
He wanted to be Dirty Harry so fucking bad in this movie.
Exactly, yeah. Yeah, because he had the good one-liners, like you said, like the classic.
They were not good. They were awful.
There was one where it was like, well, in the grocery scene or whatever, the guy was like, "Oh, I'm gonna blow this whole place up," and Stone's just like, "Go ahead, I don't shop here." Like whatever the fuck he says.
You know what's crazy is that dickhead cop. I just looked him up. Andrew Robinson is the actor. Maisie said she's seen him in things before, but he's portrayed the serial killer Scorpio in Dirty Harry.
Huh. Well, there's another connection.
Well, that's why Stallone fucking hired him, because Stallone's like, I fucking love Dirty Harry. I want to be Dirty Harry in this movie. So I want Beverly Hills Cop to be Dirty Harry Part 6. God damn it.
And they're like, nah, fam, it's got to be funny. We'll get Eddie Murphy instead. It's fine.
And Mazer Laser, you said you've seen him in something before. He is the guy in the first Hellraiser movie that's coming back to life.
Oh, I didn't recognize him.
Well, I don't know if you have, because he's also only other famous for Deep Space Nine, Star Trek. Dirty Harry, Hellraiser, and then Walker Texas Ranger episodes. Maybe you saw him on Law and Order once.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't watch any of that shit. But yeah, in Hellraiser, he's mainly a decomposing, like, regenerating corpse the majority of the film. So it's like, I hardly remember his actual face. With skin on it, at least.
Yeah, either that or... Is he? Actually, no, he's not the character that's like, coming back to life. He is the... See, there's a weird part in Hellraiser, right? Because the dude that's coming back to life, it's the one guy's brother, right? He's married to the chick that's helping him come back to life because they were having an affair or whatever. And they kill her husband, and he basically takes his flesh. But he looks like a little different. I think it's the husband that gets played, or either that or he just plays him at the end when he looks a little different. Maybe they got an entirely different actor.
Oh, maybe.
For it. Or maybe he was just sweaty and that's why he looked different.
It was dark.
Yeah, so... But regardless, he's not the guy, because I remember specifically that the guy that was coming back to life was younger looking and, kind of like rebellious, like kind of dickhead.
Yeah.
More handsome than the husband guy. This guy could never be considered handsome. Andrew Robinson. He's
no.
kind of ugly.
Yeah. What else do you like? I remember there was a good parking garage scene where the security guard gets slammed with the fucking van, and some guy gets axed, and that was a nice scene.
I like that Bridget Nielsen was in this. Stallone's wife, maybe at the time, they might have just gotten married when this came out, but I first noticed it because she plays Drago's wife in Rocky IV.
Yeah, she's a frequent Stallone collaborator. She was also in some movies with Arnold as well, so she was involved in that whole scene back in the day.
I've only noticed it because she is doing a photo shoot when she first comes on.
And she has her actual hair.
Like, her first costume that she does is, like, literally the Russian wife from Rocky IV.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, goddamn, that's Drago's hot wife right there.
Yeah.
But she got curly hair shortly after that. Yeah. Wasn't so recognizable anymore. Shotguns in this movie have, like, a funny tendency to basically be the equivalent of grenade launchers.
Yes.
Dudes will shoot, like, a car one time with a shotgun, and it just fucking explodes, does, like, a triple front flip, just fire everywhere. I don't know, it's crazy. There's no explanation for this murder cult, by the way. I was, like, hoping, like, somewhere near the end, like, this guy, the main dude, would come out and, like, kind of explain what they were doing, and basically all he said was, we're all psychotic.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, there was no, like, grander scheme. It was just like, alright, we're here to fuck shit up. One thing I have in my notes that I don't remember when I was watching the film, but I wrote it down. Apparently there was a framed photo of Ronald Reagan in one of the police offices. Global
probably
icon.
Stallone's office.
I think it was Stallone's office, actually.
Yeah, it had to be. Fucking Crime and Punishment Ronald Reagan, goddamn, like, Stallone was probably sucking him off when he made this movie.
Yeah.
Dirty Harry probably loved Ronald Reagan. Fucking Marion Cobretti. For some reason, he has a girl's name in this movie. Maybe that was Stallone's way of trying to soften himself.
Yeah.
That was weird. That was the only funny line he had in the entire movie, though, was when she was like, "Oh, I like that name or whatever," and he's like, "Oh, I was hoping for something harder,"
Yeah.
and she's like, "What? Like what?" "Oh, like Alice," and that actually made me laugh a little bit, a chuckle.
I have a line written down I don't remember in reference on what it was. It says, "Do you want this? Looks like cheese. I want the cake." I don't know what that means, but I wrote it down.
I don't remember what that is.
Oh, I remember this scene. I have this written down. When Stallone and his lady friend are at the fucking diner or whatever, and she's fucking eating the french fries with like 20 pounds of ketchup or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
And
he's just looking at her. I can't believe they didn't give him a line there where
he had a line. He said, "Do you need a life preserver? Your french fries are drowning."
I don't even remember that. It
Yeah.
might have got cut out of my fucking
Your
heavily
release.
edited VHS copy.
Yeah, that's what he says, and that's what I have written down. So
Yeah, I remember her putting a lot of ketchup on there. During like the final shootout or whatever, he's got like 3 grenades, and I think at the final grenade he uses, I think he finally gets like 2 people with it. But for the first 2 grenades that he uses, he's up against like an army of psychopaths, and he uses grenades for like 1 person
yeah,
at a time. It'll just be like one guy running at him, and he's like, "Here's a grenade," and he just like throws it at him. I think that he got 2 with the last one, that he like set on like a barrel or whatever, and like he set his this was a pretty cool like Rambo trick actually. He set his Uzi that had like a laser sight or whatever like on a barrel, so it would look like he was aiming with his laser sight, so like the people came to like check that, but there was a grenade right there too, and he was across the like factory and just shot the grenade.
Yeah.
And like fucking exploded them.
Jesus Christ. But yeah, I mean, I don't really know what else to really say about it. I mean, there's a scene where there's the old lady or whatever who's like a mole or whatever, and he fucking shoots her at the end.
Oh my god, I can't believe he didn't shoot her when she was at the payphone. Yeah, there's not really much to say about this movie. I recommend it. I'd say if you like fucking over-the-top action movies, if you haven't seen this one yet, it's good. I think that if you and the boys are ever fucking just hanging out one night and you need something to watch, I think Cobra is a good one. It's definitely a movie that would be good. We should have watched this before Royal Rumble and not Stop or My Mom Will Shoot.
Right.
This would have been way better. Me, you, and Miles probably would have just been screaming at the TV the entire time.
Pretty much, yeah.
Because there's a lot of action, and the action scenes are frequently over the top, and so it's pretty good. It comes recommended for me. I'm probably going to give it 3 out of 5.
Yeah, that's what I gave it. I gave it a 3. I hope someday, I don't know when it would be, they finally release like the unedited version, because I'd like to see like the stuff that they cut out of it, because I don't know if I'd necessarily watch it again like the way it is now, unless like as you said, a bunch of people wanted to watch it, but I wouldn't really like seek it out. But I'd be interested in like an unrated like director's cut or whatever.
Yeah, yeah, I would definitely watch this again with the unrated director's cut, because it does seem like a movie that should have a lot of gore. And if it did have a lot of gore, like say they do release an unrated director's cut of this sometime, I don't think that there's a lot of demand for it, so I'm not counting on it ever happening. But if they did, and it came out, and it was like fucking like RoboCop levels of gore, I would probably bump this up to like a 4 or a 5. Not 5, like a 4 or 4.
Five's a little generous.
But no, then it would become a frequent rewatch for me. That was the only thing this was missing. If this was just absolutely covered in blood and guts, this would be like a lot better than it was.
Yeah. And because I watched mine on YouTube, I'm not sure how much more is in that one than was in the VHS release, but even so, it was still like, it
just
seemed
the French
like...
fry line.
Yeah, that's all they cut out was the French fry line. They couldn't fit it on the tape, so they would have had to do the 2 tapes.
I wonder if there's any like crazy like murder scenes from like the New World or whatever. Like that guy uses the knife or whatever. I do see that he is credited in the end credits as the Night Slasher. But I just know that was like when the cops thought they were after one guy. That was what they were
call
calling
him.
it.
Yeah.
But I wonder if like he has a couple of murder scenes of like maybe like it'd be cool if there was one of him like decapitating someone or just like a brutal stabbing or throat slit or something with a lot of blood.
Yeah. And then probably the climax, there's probably more, because, I mean, at the end, Stallone hangs him on, like, the fucking hook or whatever, and I don't know, there's probably some, like, more stuff that they shot for that they didn't end up using, so.
He is kind of just, like, they just briefly show him on fire, and it, like, cuts away. And, like, the screams cut, like, instantly. Mazer Laser was really unhappy about that. She wanted to hear the screams of a man whose flesh was burning.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, buddy, we've watched Cobra. So I have an intriguing question. Have you watched Deadly Prey?
I haven't. We've talked about this on the show. That's one that, like, I think that me and you almost watched a couple times, and then for some reason we never did.
Yeah, you gotta watch Deadly Prey.
That's on my list.
So I'm gonna have to cut Mike Danton out of this. But Cobra versus Rambo versus John Matrix. Who you got? I also added Mike Danton on there, but since you haven't seen Deadly Prey, you can't fairly judge.
I can't comment on him. I don't know, I'd probably still have to give it to Arnold.
To John Matrix?
Yeah, because somehow John Matrix is allergic to bullets. Because they're literally shooting billions of machine gun rounds at him. He doesn't get a scratch.
There's the one scene, I swear to God, in Commando, where he's just walking in a straight line with like a submachine gun in his hand. He's literally just walking slow in a straight line across, and he's just like constantly on the trigger, just mowing dudes down, and everyone's shooting at him, and nothing's fucking hitting him.
And it's broad daylight, he's in the middle of a fucking field on like an island, and still no one can get one shot on this guy. Anywhere on his fucking 6'4" frame.
Alright, Cobra versus Rambo.
I mean, you gotta give it to Rambo, right?
After seeing his performance in Last Blood, yeah, I'm thinking that it's gotta be Rambo. Because in Last Blood, we're dealing with like an old, out of his prime Rambo, and he's still kicking just as much ass as he was in the 80s. Where we have no idea what Cobra is going to be like outside of his prime.
Right. And Cobra, I mean, he did a little stealthy couple things here and there, but Rambo's all fucking stealth. Like, he's setting up these traps, and Cobra's not going to have the foresight to think about what's going to get him out of nowhere when he's fucking steps somewhere.
And Mike Danton is a master of stealth as well. I don't know if you've seen it when his head pops out of the pile of leaves. Incredible moment.
Yeah. I'm going to have to watch Deadly Prey. We're just going to have to watch that and review it on the show at some point when our months are over.
I'm going to send you a gif of it. So, John Matrix takes it. He's the greatest fucking special ops of all time, you think?
Probably. You can't shoot him. You can't... He was a little bit of a struggle with Bennett in the one-on-one combat, but... If you got a little bit of distance and he has a gun, he's untouchable. I'm patiently...
Right now? Okay. Wait. No. Sorry. Yeah, I've got nothing else to say about this. What are we watching next week?
Something for free. So let me go on Amazon Prime Video and see what... Just look up Stallone and see what our options are.
All right. And you've already plugged the entirety of everything for this. Jesus Christ, I have to carry the podcast right now.
So included with Prime. Sorry, here are our options. We've got Reach Me from 2014, and we see Stallone in a fedora and some glasses.
That sounds awful.
We got Escape Plan 2 with Batista. The original Escape Plan Extractors,
We can watch the original Escape Plan because it has Stallone. It's like the first like big. It's not the first collaboration between him and Arnold, but it's the first where they're like in like both big starring roles.
Hold on, I don't think that's free. Hold on.
I have it on Blu-ray, so
well,
I'm prepared to watch.
That doesn't help me, bro.
You know how to turn it down. Well, I guess it's going to be loud then. This is the worst podcast of all time.
This one? This is not worse than last week.
This is... Yeah, but this is two nerds and one of them screams at his wife on the side for half the episode.
Jesus Christ. All right.
Buddy is having a hard time figuring out if Escape Plan is on Amazon Prime.
It's not. It's not for free.
Well, we can't watch Escape Plan 2 without seeing the first one, you idiot.
Well, then we gotta find something else. Hold on.
What about Demolition Man?
Stallone. Included with Prime. Avenging Angelo. Have you seen that?
Oh my god, Buddy.
We could do Frank Stallone, the Terror in Beverly Hills.
No! God. Is that Beverly Hills Cop 4?
I don't know. We've got Expendables 3.
I still haven't seen that, but
we could finally use this as our chance to watch Creed 2.
That's true.
That's free on Prime.
What are we even going to say about Creed 2, though? Like, we know it's going to be good. It's just going to, like, be us coming on like there's nothing to fucking say. We're like, wow, what a good movie.
Yeah. I don't know, man. What do you think?
I think you guys listening will find out next week.
Okay, yeah, we'll leave them on
Leave it as a cliffhanger.
Leave it as a cliffhanger. Anything else to say to the fine people before we sign off? Have you been watching anything else, or is that all you've been watching?
Dragon Ball. And honestly, I like where it's going right now. It's starting to get kind of good. It's still in the Red Ribbon Army, but Mercenary Tao just showed up and killed the fucking big Native American guy.
Oh, man, so you're getting to the Goku fight pretty soon.
Well, no, he just beat the shit out of Goku and then should have killed him, but the Dragon Ball protected him. So now Goku is climbing Korin Tower. He's going to meet Korin in the next episode that we're at. General Tao is waiting for his clothes to get fucking made to go back to finish the job.
Yeah, wait till Goku gets the magic
He's going to
water.
get the power boost from fucking Korin, and he's going to fucking beat the snot out of Tao.
Yeah. Miles came over the other night, and he had us watch a movie called I Sell the Dead. Is what it was called. It was very strange. It was a film from the... Well, it wasn't shot in the 1800s, obviously, but that's when it takes place. It's about, like, grave robbers and their misadventures.
God.
It's a typical Miles film, and he was stunned that I had not seen it or heard of it, and I was like...
I don't want to fucking watch that.
I never said you had to watch it. I said that's what he had me watch.
I know, but why would you agree to that, buddy? Jesus Christ. I know you like movies.
He didn't leave me many options. So Miles comes over, right? And he has with him a zombie movie 4-pack. Like one of those budget DVDs or whatever.
Yeah, jeez, you know all those are going to be fucking amazing.
So we picked the one out of there that I thought would have been the best, because the other ones looked even worse.
If you ever want a fucking guaranteed absolute fucking four-finger stinker piece of shit movie, you buy a fucking DVD compilation of zombie movies. That's just exactly how you fucking do it. A four movie pack of zombie movies.
And Miles obviously really liked it.
I'm about to vomit just thinking about it.
And that's when I sent you the picture of him when he was fucking passed the fuck out midway through the movie, and I was like, great.
Yeah, because it's fucking ass.
He was just stunned that I hadn't seen it, and I was like, bro, why? How did you even hear about this?
Oh my god. That sounds awful.
You're so upset.
I'm sorry. You could have fucking done anything. Like, you could have literally just been like, Miles, I know we said we were going to watch a movie, but you brought over a 4 DVD pack of zombie movies. And what year was this movie from?
Like, I don't know, the 2010s, like 2011, 2012. Something.
Oh
No, I think
my-
it was from 2008. Never mind.
A fucking 2008 movie in a fucking public, like a fucking goddamn, whatever, like a fucking 4-pack of DVD zombie movies. 2010 of a zombie movie that takes place in the 1800s.
It had one scene
The
where
only
it
thing
worked.
that you could say to me, no, there's nothing you could say to me that would make that worse. I was about to say you could say it was from the 70s to make that worse, and no, that would actually make it better.
Right, because it'd be like at least like cool and like, oh, they made this back in the day. But no, this was like 2008. The CG,
And I hate 70s movies.
the CG was horrible. It had one scene because it was a horror comedy. It had one scene that made me laugh, where the entire, I mean, they had encountered vampires, zombies, all this kind of shit. They had one scene where they're digging up this grave or whatever. They're grave robbers. They both just kind of look down with this stunned face, and then it cuts to a shot of a dead alien baby, like in the fucking coffin, and that made me laugh. But that was the only scene in the entire thing that was good.
It's a horror comedy.
Yes.
So
With Ron Perlman.
I know Miles likes to just say that I hate everything, but for fuck's sake, dude, no, I just hate the fucking god awful dog shit that you try and make everybody watch. What the fuck? It's terrible. God, Miles probably likes that fucking M. Night Shyamalan Devil movie. I swear to God.
I don't know, we'll have to ask him about it and give the update.
Oh my.
Maz has got a lot of explaining to do the next couple days, so we'll see his opinion on that and some other things.
I don't even want to hear his opinion on it. He's just an idiot. let's fucking go on the dirty trail so I can take these headphones off and we can all talk about movies.
Yeah. Alrighty, so that's it for this week, you guys. As always, as I said, make sure you're subscribing to the show wherever you listen to the show. Make sure you subscribe to Dynamite Jarrod.
I just opened my thing up and realized how poor the lighting is because I had never turned the lights on.
Yeah, it's
And
fine.
you've just been looking at me. I look like a phantom.
Yeah, it's fine. It's okay. But yeah, that's about it for this week, you guys. We'll catch you next week with another episode. Oh, actually, this week we'll catch you on Saturday, right? So we got to do 2 this week, unless we're taking a week off. But yeah, so we'll see you guys on Saturday or Sunday with another episode. This is Buddy the Bruiser, and I'm signing out.
Dynamite Jarrod, I'll catch your ass down the road.